How's it going, everyone? It is Monday, November 4th, 2024, and let's take a look at the pick from the last video, which was MBLY. So we liked MBLY over here because the stock was breaking out of this D1 level. I liked how it had formed a lower high and breaking through sort of this horizontal support right around here at 1482. So today, market is down a little bit. Stock is holding the gains. Looks like it's testing that support level at 1482. So if I were to draw this somewhere over here, so we're kind of chopping around this level, not doing a whole lot over here. Now, stock is actually relatively strong, considering the recent market drop. And we kind of got it closer to a pullback here, kind of right around VWAP. So even if you get to the end of the day, right, you can take a little bit of heat on this and see if you can get in on a breakthrough. Something like this. I think that is the trend line I would draw here. So we're kind of flagging right now on the intraday chart. And it's also right below that, right above that AVWAP E. So that also might provide a little bit of support. So we're just kind of watching these two levels here. If we get any break below it, then we'll probably take our loss. But it has a pretty good chance to go, considering the market conditions over here, which we're going to get into in a little second. We're going to look at AFRM right now. So right now, stock is compressing. We have earnings coming out later this week on the 7th. So coming out on Thursday. Right now, stock holding up decently well compared to the market. It is trying to get through, and this is my the green line is my price line, but got a little pop up over here. Market sold off, and it's holding its own versus the market. My original target again on this trade was somewhere around $50, but considering the time, considering the market, market conditions over here, I may start to lower that to a small win, maybe sometime this week if we can get a breakup over here. Now, if we start to break down through this 50 SMA, after considering getting out of the trade right now, and getting to the sidelines and taking a small loss on this trade. So that is what I'm looking at on AFRM. The probabilities have shifted. I think there's still a pretty decent chance I could scratch, probably like a 60. I think there's probably a 75% chance I could scratch or take a small win, and there's a 25% chance I end up taking, or maybe a 15% chance I take a small loss, and a 10% chance I end up taking a pretty big loss. So that is what I'm watching for in AFRM. Let's take a look at the market. So fundamentally, on a longer term time frame, we're bullish. We're also bullish technically over here. Now, on a shorter term time frame, we are mildly bearish. We have this break of this compression from the all-time high. We're through that AVWAP-Q. We got that fresh sell signal. So we got some kind of technical reasons that we're a little bearish. We're leading on this 50 SMA over here, and we're kind of right now trapped between AVWAP-Q and that 50 SMA. So market's not really done a whole lot. You can see that it's been pretty flat since September, and it's been almost 2 months. So in this month span, let's call it from October 19th, right? Market has not moved up a whole lot in these last couple of months. Now, an interesting observation that I was looking at over the weekend was just in terms of the volume in this rally. So if you look at the volume kind of coming here, right? This average volume, this 50 SMA on this chart was around 70 million or 80 million. So this is some really, really tight volume. You can see, especially early on, ton of volume coming up over here. Now, as that rally, we got that first dip in April, right? And then we got this second leg of the rally here. Look at the volume bars as we zoom out, this average volume really starts to taper off. So this rally right here, you can see really not a ton of volume coming in each day. Now there's a little bit more volume coming in over here as we kind of hit this a little bit of a capitulation low. But there's less activity going on here, and you can see the price action is a little bit choppier, a little bit gappier, and that trend really, to me, starts to crystallize over here, right? You can see over here, over here, over here, and then once we get over here, this 50 SMA, it's really starting to wind down, right? So market going up, volume moving down, right? That tells us to be careful. Now, pretty similar thing over here. So we got some buying. So we got some nice buying over here on these dips. So that raises volume back up. And now in this last couple areas here, we can see this low volume compression. Lots of red days over here. So just an interesting note here that it is really needed to fuel that rally. So we're short-term bearish. And conclusion right now is, look, right now I'm assuming that we're still in a normal pullback in a trend. If we get a very, very deep move lower, that'll prompt me to be more cautious on a swing trading basis. Couple scenarios that can happen. So right now, on a fundamental basis and a technical basis, longer term, I'm maintaining my bullish outlook. What could possibly change that is on the technical side, if we get a deep drop and a very, very weak bounce. So here we got a pretty deep drop, but we got a tall bounce. So we had to stay on the sidelines until we got this higher low, and then we could take in some longs. So over here, we got another deep drop. Well, I mean, not really a deep drop. This just seems like a normal drop. If we hold that 50 SMA and then we rally, I mean, even if we hold the 100 SMA and find some support, that'll be a nice opportunity to take some swing longs. So that's kind of what we're watching for. I think this bullish market is maturing from the reversal. It's now in a continuation pattern where you want to buy dips in SPY, right? Dip, dip, compression break over here, get a small position, dip. So these dips are really excellent for finding relative strength. So on a swing trading basis, the game plan here is that, look, we wanted to see a VWAP break today or by the open of tomorrow. It's really got to break pretty quickly. The fact that it hasn't broken and we're kind of testing this 50 SMA tells us that there's some selling pressure, maybe some risk off before elections, and also maybe the FOMC statement. So I'm not really looking to get very aggressive with my swing longs. So what does that mean? Well, on a firm and a Mobley, I may try to exit into strength on the next day or two. Now, if we break through the 50 SMA today, I may consider taking an overnight short on a very, very relatively weak stock. But you should size them appropriately because remember, we're in a market where we're buying dips. So on this breakdown over here, this could be the opportunity for buyers to get excited, buy that dip, and then get a rip up. So if you're taking a short swing, it's got to be in my opinion, it's got to be low, very short time horizon and a small size. Now let's take a look at the intraday chart on SPY here. I'm gonna go to the M30 real quick. So stock is in a bearish trend of the M30. I dropped this VWAP, this anchored VWAP from the all-time high on the 17th. See, market is trending below that over here. So when we get the reversal pattern, that'll be a nice confirmation that we're through that anchored VWAP. So it may take a little bit of time here. On a more immediate basis, you can see we have this gap and go down. Found support at the 50, bounced up, tested this level, found support over here, and bounced up, test this level, finding some support over here. So sellers are keeping a lid on this rally, and this is fairly bearish. And I think when we kind of absorb all this buying pressure, we could stage that next leg lower. So I am mildly bearish again on the shorter term time frame. We're just aware because the longer term time frame is bullish. We got to watch out for any sort of reversal risk. So M5 chart today, we have a flat open, test that bid, come back up higher, higher. Now this is a pretty low volume rally. We're chopping around. We got the super high volume test over here. So it just tells us that not a lot of movement, but maybe buyers try to get something going. But then we got a pretty decent sell-off over here from that, making a new low of the day and testing the 50. So this is pretty bearish. This was a pretty decent bearish divergence here. And then started to break down over here through the 50. So we're getting that 1OP bearish cross. Now over here, we're getting some volume coming into these bars. You look at the volume over here, it's decent. I'm looking at the volume. I mean, some of these bars. So this was a nice bullish candle here. We got a double bottom marginal new low. Now we're shooting back up over here. I think a good short opportunity is going to be setting up. So we'll see if we can test maybe somewhere at VWAP, test the 50 SMA and move up higher. This is also a nice opportunity to take some longs, I would say, too. If you get some day trade longs, especially on this maybe 12 o'clock bar, 12:20 bar, you can take a pretty short move on a day trade long and just kind of see how the rally goes. So if the rally is looking steady, right, and versus disorganized, right now it's pretty steady. The volume seems decent. If it looks steady, right, and we easily clear a VWAP, then we can stick with the longs. If it starts to pitter-patter, we start to lose some organization, we start to roll over and flatline, then we want to get out of our day trade longs. So that's how I would play the day trade longs. Let's look at a couple of picks for today that I liked. So first one over here, I liked Ulta. So I like this break through this horizontal support on the D1 is getting through the SMAs. We don't have earnings for a little bit of time here. We got good amount of time before earnings. If you look at the M5 chart, stock has made a big move higher, pulling back over here, forming some higher lows at VWAP. We're getting through this downward sloping trend line. This is a pretty nice buy right now. And I'm thinking I may take Ulta over here. Yeah, Ulta is a pretty good pick. Twillo is also a very nice one. You can see stock grinding higher, held the gains while the market declined, and now it's starting to inch up higher over here. Not really rallying with the market now, so we got to be careful. On the D1, it's made a pretty big move. Could be a little tired. Okay, BAM. I like this entry right here on BAM. We got our 1OP bullish cross. So we can see some pretty clean cycles here. So this is, I mean, this is something clean produced, diverged, produced. This is fairly benign, I would say. And now we're starting to get a little bit of production up over here. So on this 1OP entry, probably enter somewhere at 12, looks like. Holding at VWAP, that's a nice entry point. And you can ride that up over here. Get a couple of cents on that. So I do like BAM. Cisco. Cisco is decent on a D1 basis. It has to get through. There's an old gap. That's what this line is. Has to get through that. IP. Oh, sorry. Let's look at team first. Now, team is interesting. It's not your usual long setup, but it made a big move yesterday. What I like about it today is that the stock is finding some support right over here, and then it is rallying up higher, and potentially even test this low trend line over here. So I like the moving team. We got good volume. We have nice relative strength. So like that move here. Let's take a look at IP. Long green candle, holding those gains over here. So far compressing. Now it's moving pretty sideways. Pretty choppy. I'd like to see it get above this high of the day. So I'm going to drop a line there. CLS, also pretty nice breakout today. Found some support at AVWAP-Q. Moving up higher, holding its relative strength on that market decline. This is a pretty good move. Yeah, I like CLS. This is a pretty nice entry point, I think, at VWAP. Holding these gains, you can lean on this you can lean on this breakout level. And it could be my pick of the day, I think. I'm looking for a day trade specifically. Coin looked decent, but didn't really break down. NEE. This is a decent bearish chart here. I like this triple top, 1, 2, 3, breaking through this prior support level, now become resistance. And now we're getting through the 50, we're getting through the 100. I like this test of the 100 and the fact that, this stock is pretty much flatlining. Now, I want to see it start to break through this low of the day. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on for NEE. But it's looking pretty good as a short and has plenty of room. Now, Dell is looking decent. Nice, just orderly trend here. Some earnings are coming up fairly soon. Today, looking okay. It is, you can see how the stock really does pull back. Let me delete that trend line. Makes a big move, pulls back, shops around, makes a big move. So, right now, we've made that big move higher. A little bit of selling pressure over here. Finding some relative strength. Right now, it's a little bit flat. So, I'm going to set an alert, I think, for a trade signal on Dell. So if we get that, I might be interested in getting into the trade. Right now, I'm going to pass on Dell. So what are some good picks? I think for today, it's tough. I think I'm going to go with my top day trades. I like stuff with volume and volatility. So I like Twillo. I like BAM. BAM is a post earnings move. I like BAM here. Um, I do like Alta as well. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Um, maybe I'm gonna go to my scanner, see if there's anything else that's coming up that seems strong for today. There's Crisp. It's not bad. Earnings after. There's YPF. It's a nice move on YPF. Nice breakout. It's certainly day tradable. Big move, kind of compressing over here. That's decent. It's not bad. CF is a nice, really, it's a swing. I would take it as a swing here. Pulling back, finding some support, starting to break out higher. Nice grind. We're on a buy signal. Let's see what's looking on the downside here in case this market move fails. Let's look at what's on maybe something that's relatively weak. Okay, OGN. Hey, that's a nice, relatively weak stock that you can day trade. A little choppy. We're into this gap though. And we're through definitely some support over here. It's now become resistance. So we're hitting through that support. Big move, just kind of grinding down lower. May wait for a move up on that. ACGL, it's a pretty nice bearish move, although it's a pretty strong D1 chart. So be careful on that. One nice pick here actually was eBay. A little more of an advanced setup, but eBay here, big move down from earnings. And right now, it's a gap fill reversal. So we got this really big void. We got some nice relative strength. We have good volume today. Stock is rallying higher and is holding the gains while the market was selling off. So that's what we kind of like on eBay. It's a pretty nice edge. Let's see. I am pretty biased here. I am In between Bam or Twillo. I'm really trying to decide. I like the cycles here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Twillo, I think. It's a little bit stronger. Look, test, 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 find some support, get the breakout, and then the stock is just rallying higher. Really nice volume. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Twillo. That's our pick for today. Now you can play it a couple of ways. I would have liked to take it personally on this cross right here. So when it starts to find some strength, we get our 1 OP bullish cross, and I would take it probably sometime around here. Makes a new high of the day. Good little breakout. I like this setup quite a bit on Twillo. Now stock is flatlining over here while the market's moving up, so I don't love that. So I'd like to see this start to really move up soon, or I'll probably scratch out of the trade. Second thing you can do is wait for the second pullback, and if Twillo holds its relative strength, then you can move it back up. So Twillo long, day trade, that's going to be our pick for today. Don't want to add on any more swings, and we're going to keep an eye on the swings that we do have in tomorrow's video. So thank you for watching, everyone. We'll take a look at how these picks did in the video tomorrow.